welcome to the Bees Locksmith door. I can't say it.
The Door Locksmith.
The Door Locksmith.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to an impromptu session of the Vidor Locksmith Show, where we're unlocking the secrets to success in the oil and gas industry. One interview, one technical presentation, and one technical screw up at a time. Hopefully, today might be a little bit shorter than normal, so maybe we don't run into as many technical problems. But if we do, just like every other oil field service company, we'll get over it and we'll keep chugging along. Don't really have too much as far as an intro today. Like I said, this is kind of an impromptu session. And so we're going to just jump straight into it. Hopefully everything's working. Usually the intro is a little bit longer. So if anybody out there is watching and wants to let me know if the audio is coming through clear before we bring in the guests, just so that we do know. I'm going to double check here on LinkedIn to make sure everything is working right. And it looks like everything is there. We've already got a handful of people watching. Still haven't seen any comments show up yet, though. But that's okay. That's okay. I saw a little thumb thing go up over there. So not getting any comments. That's okay. I've got plenty of questions. Impromptu as it is, here is our guest of the day, Terry Frith. Terry, thank you so much for being here, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate the invite. Always nice get a chance to talk with you.
Well, obviously there is some very big news today. I'm not going to say it. I'll let you be the person to share what it is that is happening in the world of MWD today.
Okay. Well, there was a press release this morning that Gordon Technologies and Pelican have partnered with Alpha Dhabi Holdings in the United Arab Emirates for a 25% stake in the company. And it's going to allow us to move into the Middle East with some support.
Excellent. So big question here is, what led you guys this direction to be able to partner with Alpha Dhabi? Am I saying that right? Alpha Dhabi?
Alpha Dhabi, that's correct.
Okay.
Well, Gordon Technologies, majority owned by Pelicon. They're a typical equity group in the United States, and they have funds. And so the time had come and the opportunity had come for Pelicon to look for another partner and receive the benefits of their development and support of Gordon Technologies. So this was intended to be a sale from Pelicon. It turned out not to be a total sale, which is not necessarily a bad deal. Pelicon's been a great partner for us, and so that partnership will continue with a minority. The big advantage to Gordon Technologies in this particular deal is it allows us to maintain an entity as private. It also allows the existing management of Gordon Technologies to continue to do their job and advance the technology and advance the company, not only in the United States without hindrance, but also now into the Middle East. And as we were going through the process of looking at selling Gordon Technologies, we recognized that having an international presence was a big deal in the value of the company. And so this gives us a chance to take a step back and start a new path that will improve and increase the value of Gordon Technologies. Really a dream come true for the management team at Gordon to continue to stay private without hindrance and continue to do what we've always done, which is to provide a service to our customers that we believe is first in class.
So tell me a little bit how you feel today, because obviously, this isn't something that just happened last night. This is most likely been, months long, if not a year long process. So how does it feel today to be able to, to tell everybody and to really kind of, I guess, fulfill the moment?
Well, it's a very exciting time to be at Gordon Technologies, and as the CEO, it's a very exciting time to know that that we get to continue doing what we've been doing all along. As being part of publicly traded companies in the past, that was one path that we could have gone. That is always a bit unnerving if you work for publicly traded companies in a down market. it's very difficult to maintain your personnel and your focus when you're answering to investors on a daily and monthly basis. And so this is definitely a relief, and it's also a very exciting time that, you know, we get to continue to do what we've been doing, and that is, you know, attack the market and work with our customer base, which includes directional companies, rig companies, and certainly oil companies, and continue to grow the business in the United States without hindrance, and also to now enter into what we consider the largest international market for growth.
So obviously, I'm guessing here that you're still going to be with the team here for the foreseeable future.
That is correct. I will continue to be the CEO and the leader of the team, and it's a great team. Getting to this point required a tremendous effort from everybody involved. Terry Frith is not the main guy, as far as I'm concerned, in the success of the company. Well, I'm just a part of it. So I want to continue to be a part of it, and that opportunity now is there. And so I see a golden age of Gordon Technology coming.
So does this act as as an investment tool for you guys to be able to chase down new technologies?
Yes, on the international market and the domestic, we're already pursuing new technologies. We've teamed with resistivity provider in the United States, try not to name names. And so we're already running resistivity here in the United States. We've developed our own PWD services. We have the azimuthal gamma, and we also have the real-time comms with rotary steerable. And that market continues to grow for us. Our partners are fantastic partners, and so we get to continue all of that without hindrance. So now we have to enter into a little bit larger scale LWD market, and one that is definitely a direct competition to the big guys, I guess you could say, for LWD services.
So how do you feel now, you know, taking on the challenge of moving into the Middle East, as, you know, having previously been an independent, you know, service provider in the U.S. and now becoming an international service provider?
Well, we knew this day would come. We knew that the next step for Gordon Technologies was to attack the U.S. market, which we now have somewhere in the neighborhood of 20% of the U.S. market with MWD services. To grow internationally would be obviously the next step, but it needed to be done the right way. And so for this path, and Alpha Dhabi Holdings to have faith in Gordon to bring the technology to the Middle East was a great opportunity. So, you know, we're looking forward to the challenge. And so we've done this before, right? At Pathfinder, we were actually in Abu Dhabi and in the Middle East. And so, you know, we've been there before. Many of the people within Gordon Technologies coming from Pathfinder. So we have experience, and so we're confident we can deliver.
And I just want to remind everybody, you know, this is still just like any other Vidor Locksmith show. If you guys have any questions that you guys would like to be able to throw out there for Terry and, you know, this big announcement, please feel free to put them into the comment section now. Also, we didn't really do it, but if you guys want to put in the comment section where you guys are watching from, love to be able to give everybody a shout out. So how long has this been coming? Obviously, I'm guessing your reputation has been, you know, has preceded yourself into the international market. Have you had other, you know, industry, other geo markets asking you guys to be able to come and deliver services there?
So, yes, we've been asked by all companies and representatives in various countries to enter those markets, and we've refrained from that because we didn't think the timing was right, number one, and number two, you need to be aligned with someone that has the power to make things happen. The last thing you want to do is spend a lot of time and effort moving into a new market and not have the support and kind of flounder without generating a profit. And that's never Gordon's intention. Is always to enter the market or entering a new service where we generate a profit.
So, well, let me do this. We just got a question in, so I want to be able to throw this one out there for you because it's a great question. Scott asked, will you be buying a directional company now?
Our goal today is still to remain neutral to the directional drilling market. We think that's a big advantage. We have relationships with many of the directional companies. Some that are our competition on some wells. We're also partnering with Gordon due to the technology we bring and the availability of the assets. So we continue to build approximately a 4-job capability per month. We've continued that before COVID. We stopped during COVID, and now we're back to that level. And the demand is still there. We're thinking this will increase our demand in the United States. And so we rely on many directional companies to call Gordon when they need them, if to solve problems or to provide a solution to with their customers. So we need all of our customers to be happy, and we think this is going to allow that to stay neutral. So the answer is no. We have no intentions, certainly in the United States, to having a directional company.
All right, there it is. Oscar says he's watching from Houston, Texas. So thank you, Oscar. All right, now from LinkedIn user, let me see if I can see. This is actually Robin Langham. So Robin, thanks for your question. It says, do you plan on growing your local workforce to expand to the Middle East? And what does that timeline look like for 2023?
I would venture to say that, yes, we will be looking for some personnel that are willing to move to the Middle East. So Dubai is a very popular area for expats in the United Arab Emirates. That will be our focus area first. And so, we'll look internationally too for people and personnel. And there's a great talent pool that's coming in the Middle East from surrounding countries, people capable of learning the Gordon way. So being that we will be a service provider and we're not selling assets into the Middle East that we lose control of, there's multiple advantages to that. One of them will be opportunities for people to move to the Middle East to work and provide a service that is the Gordon standard.
So I'm guessing you'll have plenty of your field hands and other personnel within the team raising their hand and shooting you text messages asking for a transfer out to the Middle East now?
That could happen. I'm not sure how that's going to go. We're very busy, and we certainly are. One of our limitations in the U.S. right now are field personnel and the ability to grow both in kits and in personnel. And so, yes, some people, some of our personnel will probably put in a request to go to the Middle East to work if the financial benefit is right.
I think Marty Campbell will be the first one to ask to go over there, right?
Yeah, Marty. Who knows? I think he's fully hooked up here in the U.S.
All right, Rodolfo Molina. Rodolfo, thanks for watching the show. Do you think more LWD offshore like technology application being deployed on onshore U.S. market, or do you think that most will stick to gamma directional and gamma directional only combo?
So Gordon Technologies is probably moving to the Middle East to provide LWD services. They have what they call a low tier and a high tier service, and we think that the market that we will be attacking will be in the offshore and land horizontal, which is all LWD right now. And that is very restrictive for other players. They need someone like Gordon to bring the technology to provide the real-time data. We have data compression today, and so we have the bandwidth to run LWD services, and I believe that's what will be expected of us over time in the Middle East.
Do you think that will be deployed into the U.S. market at some point in time?
Well, it's already part of that. We just begun a new venture with resistivity in South Texas and in West Texas. We're picking up that market, and so we will expand the LWD services. But to the extent of what's going on in the Middle East, it will be a little more complex and will require other tools that Gordon does not possess right now.
So speaking of like the LWD and the MWD technology, where do you see the MWD LWD technology over the next, let's say, 5 years?
In 5 years, we firmly believe azimuthal gamma will become a standard as oil companies want to maximize production. and stay in the right part of the zone. Resistivity is another option. We see it growing, but more so rotary steerable, real-time comms, azimuthal gamma, PWD. Those are the big demand items that we're seeing. Resistivity is coming on. If the prices stay the same, we believe there will be an increase in resistivity market as well. So as far as triple combo in the United States on land, I don't really see that in the foreseeable future, but I do see it as a major requirement in the Middle East.
Excellent. All right, Salim tuning in from Algeria. Middle East market is mainly dominated by big four service companies. What would be your strategy to be able to compete with them? Salim,
so Gordon's reliability, Gordon's reliability is what has allowed us to dominate the U.S. market, and we believe that will be the same case in the Middle East. We will have to provide a competitive service. We believe we can do it at a lower price, which will put a lot of pressure. But we also know that the Middle East, they have some market strategies within that are counterproductive to the Big Four. They're wanting to keep the technology within their country. They're wanting to hire local. They're wanting to manufacture local, and they're wanting to keep all the proceeds local if possible. So Gordon allows them to do that. So we're essentially becoming a part of the United Arab Emirates infrastructure, which allows them to receive the benefits of the technology that's being used by the Big Four, which obviously does not totally stay within the country. It gives them the ability to put pressure on the Big Four to not gouge them, which seems to be some of the issues that they have that have led to Gordon Technologies being acquired, at least on a minority basis.
So obviously, like y'all have done here in U.S. land, where you're an independent service company that has from I believe 2015 forward, you guys have risen to the #1 service provider spot on the MWD side. Do you feel that you could do the same in the Middle East?
It will be more difficult, but the answer is yes. We believe that we will go into the market. We have the technology. We're now officially an OEM, meaning we produce almost every component of our MWD system in-house. We're continuing to grow that from an electronics standpoint and from a mechanical engineering standpoint. And so going into the Middle East, we're more of a single source provider. We met the criteria for being an OEM, which makes it very difficult for other entities. They might have bits and pieces. So we may become an avenue for other technologies that are being developed right now to team up with to compete. And how big the market gets, how much of the market we get, we're conservative, I would say, would be 40 rigs by 2023 and a market that's supposed to have 500 rigs. So it's not a huge, so we're looking for a 10% market share in the next 3 years. So, and we believe that's real.
Wow. I mean, that's quite a big jump to be able to, I mean, there's most companies that just want to get to 40 in general, but to be able to get 40 in a new geo market coming from the US. Do you think that what you guys are doing will be a catalyst for other independent service providers around the world that they could try to emulate or duplicate in their own regions, to where they start putting more pressure on, the big conglomerate service providers?
The answer is yes. We're always looking behind to see what competition will follow Gordon, and we believe that the business model that we created has allowed us to be successful in a manner that you see from the press release today. Everyone will want to emulate what Gordon does. So we understand, that's a necessity. Someone will step up and say, well, we can do all of the things that Gordon does, and we'll try to do what they do. And we want to capture market just like them. So we think we see that. We've seen several, but it's very difficult to get to the level where you own your own software, you own your own downhole electronics firmware, you develop the technology all within, from the pulsar to gammas to the sensor packs to the surface system detection. data compression, which we have today, which is helping us, and then have partners that align with you because you're large and you have such a large market share. It's very hard to get traction as a company who wants to be there but doesn't have the market share, generally doesn't get the attention. So it had to be the perfect storm for Gordon to get to where they're at today. And so it would be a difficult challenge, but yeah, we fully anticipate someone to come along and try to emulate what Gordon does.
Do you guys see moving into any of the other geo markets internationally, like let's say, South America, Southeast Asia, maybe Australia?
The answer is yes, obviously on a smaller scale with a less impact to our growth. But, the Middle East market, they're anticipating going from 300 to 500 rigs in the next 3 years. And I don't think you're going to see that anyplace else in the free world. And so we will look at other markets if it's at the advantage and we have the support going in that we think we can be successful.
So when's your next trip to the Middle East?
I think it's going to be a monthly trip from now on for the short term. We also, as you know, own Neuralis, and Neuralis is in the UK. And so, I can see combo trips on a regular basis. I will get help from our president, Chris Karanik, and our chief operating officer, Chris LaPointe, and that burden. But yes, it definitely will be. We're already looking at the fastest way to get there and back. Our trip that we had 2 weeks ago, where we kind of finalized this deal, it took 33 hours to get back, and I would like it to be a little faster than that. We have connecting flights, and layovers, and the time it takes to get to the airport and the time it gets from the airport home. 33 hours was what it took, and that was fairly fast as far as we're concerned. But yeah, it's quite an adventure to get there and back.
So take us through that, the final days of sealing the deal. What was that like? What was the process? What was the feeling?
So very unique to. I think it's very rare in my career. I've never seen a transaction that occurred at this level that was a minority deal. And so you have 3 players involved. You have Pelicon, you have Gordon, and you have Alpha Dhabi Holdings. And so getting a deal done wasn't the easiest, but I was really, really impressed with all parties to work to get and collaborate to get the deal done. Everyone knew the advantages of it and the potential for it, both in the value of Gordon Technologies and the value of the other companies. So unique, a little stressful at times, but really, really proud of both Alpha Dhabi and Pelicon for supporting the vision that Gordon has, and at the same time meeting the goals that Pelicon and Alpha Dhabi has. So yeah, very unique time, and for the most part, very exciting time.
So has this been a moment that you have been dreaming of since you guys got the business started?
Well, yes, always getting return on your investment, having your investors receive a financial return is always part of a goal that we have. When you sell interest in Gordon Technologies, you in a way make promises, and then you have to fulfill those promises. So this is actually the fulfillment of a promise that I made originally with investors. It is also the same for Pelicon. And so the dream come true is remaining private, in my honest opinion, and then continuing with the company in a major role that we can continue to have some control of our destiny, so to speak, and one that we can sell to our own employees as the next step. And so a big relief in that the deal is done, and now we get to do what we do best. And so that's never a sure thing when you go into a deal, and to achieve those objectives was very satisfying.
So what does it mean to you to be able to for Gordon to be independent and maintain control?
Oh, it's a huge deal. We make promises to our customers, and so for the last year I've had to take a step back and try not to be in the limelight while this has been going on probably about 6 months. And so for me personally, having friends from Pathfinder and people that we've hired with the promise to build the company, this is a fulfillment of a promise to those employees as well. And so very, very much a dream come true in that we were able to achieve all our objectives. And now we get to take another step and we get to continue that path. That's a dream come true.
Well, I just want to let everybody know if anybody does have any more questions, Terry, I'd like for you to be able to take this opportunity if you want to say anything to your clients and or to maybe even some of your staff that could be watching, because I know that this is still, kind of hot off the press here. But any last words that you would like to be able to share with everybody about this momentous occasion? So
for our customers, the oil companies in particular, the directional companies will obviously see continued service, and they can have no fear now. They can trust that Gordon will be around for them when they need them. We know that most directional companies have their own MWD services, and we provide service beyond what most directional companies do. So we want them to continue to trust us, that we will remain independent. And to the oil companies in particular, the reason why I agreed to this interview was to let them know that Gordon's going nowhere, that the fear of being gobbled up and assimilated into another entity that would restrict our availability and our services to them, that did not happen. And we are free to grow with oil companies and meet their needs. And there are too many to name. We have MSAs with most of the oil companies in the U.S. right now. And we want to continue to grow that business and that relationship. And so today we're here to say that we're going to be here. And Terry Frith will be here, and the management team at Gordon Technologies will be here to meet their needs. Well, Terry, thank you so much for being able to take the time to be here. I know you have another meeting to be able to go to here shortly, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. But thank you so much for being able to do this impromptu Vidor Locksmith show. And a huge thank you for being, I believe you were you were on the third episode. You were the second guest ever here on the show. Wow, I'm just looking in the corner where we had the original show set up and we didn't really have the best audio. So I appreciate all the support that you have given me and my small startup, and for everybody out there who's concerned. Gibson Reports is still independent. We're still going to be here. I'm still going to be serving you guys, bringing you the latest and greatest here in the industry. Once again, Terry, thank you so much. Huge congratulations to you and your team. And look forward to seeing y'all's posts about what you guys are able to do in the Middle East here very soon. Thank you very much, David. We appreciate all the support and through all the times. I've known you since we were just a fledgling company. So fantastic that we could be on today. All right. Well, thank you guys. Thanks everybody for tuning in and watching here real quick. It's probably one of the best shows that we've had in a long time as far as viewership. So be sure to stay tuned tomorrow. I'm going live from Corvacon tomorrow, and then again on Friday with Greg Pruitt from Pruitt MPD Engineering Services. Next week, I'll be in Alaska. We're going to do a live stream from there about local oil field stuff in Anchorage, Alaska. So a lot more shows coming up. So 3 in 1 week. Once again, thank you, Terry. And for everybody out there, as always, know your industry.